So, you like my pineapple pillow, right? You're in my bedroom. I just wanted to talk for a minute, um, because I just had this really like great thought on my mind, and in my head I was saying, like, oh, I'm just going through some phase. I wonder if people think this is just some phase I'm going through, you know, and not that it's important what everyone else thinks, but I do care. I do care. You should care what other people think, but not necessarily in a fashion where it determines your decisions. But anyways, the thought that I had on my mind was about a phase. Like they just look at me like I'm going through a phase, but really, like if you're not going through some sort of phase, I think there needs to be some sort of red flag. I think that's a problem. If you're not going through a phase, are you really like growing? Because a part of our growth is that struggle, you know? Um, that's necessary to our development, our evolution, and that phase is the evolution, It's you moving to that next level in your life. And I come and go a lot from a lot of different things that I do. It's me being very fucking true to my journey. I'll never sit here and have a conversation with someone that's not authentic. That doesn't come from this real place of like caring or offering something to other people's life. Like I value myself enough to feel like I can offer you something that's useful to you, not just this fucking entertainment. Get out of here, Like you can find that shit anywhere. Go find one of those fucking prank shows. We're not doing that here right now. I say that. And then like 10 years down the road or a couple years down the road, people be like, oh, you're, like they'll be trying to call me out, whatever. Oh, you have no right to change. Get out of here. Um, but quite often I'll set off into these places where I've got like everything in check. This is what I'm going to do. This is where I want to go. And, like recently I went through that breakup and it was a very, it really caught me off guard. And I needed to take that step back. You're going to have these phases in your fucking life where you're going to need to take a step back. And you're going to have to stop looking at, oh, well, I haven't been able to get in the gym. Well, what are you not doing right now? What are you not handling right now that's keeping you from being able to return to and to restore to your normal routine, Like, we get pulled away because something else needs our attention a lot of the time. And sometimes a lot of that attention needs to go towards your mental health, because a lot of the times our gym and our training, it will show us some very weak areas that are also in our life too as well, that don't just exist in this place because we're developing all these really amazing skills while we're training, but we're also applying it outside of those walls too, and that's changing that world as well. And taking that step back is so vital to being able to push forward to that next level. And people, I don't want to put everyone in the same category, but I have worked with a good portion of people, and rather than sit back and search for some of the solutions, you can get really boggled down within some of the emotions and completely lose yourself in your feelings, when really you should be taking that time to take a step back and looking at some of the areas that you can clean up. I mean, have I missed gym to transform, to paint my walls in my room? If you think that I was just painting fucking walls, you're fucking crazy. I was changing the environment in which that I had this relationship with another person in. Like, your environment is extremely conducive to your growth, Polar bears live where they live for a reason, And so it was really important to me to feel comfortable in my space again. And I'm not saying that you need to paint your walls, but I'm just saying, like, we look at some of these little aspects of our life like they're not important when they are absolutely everything, And I can honestly say that I'm like really, really happy waking up in this space now, because like I don't see my ex at all in here anymore. None of his stuff is here anymore. He did give me a few things that he didn't want to take, but all of his clothes are gone. And I don't have any bad feelings towards him. Like, it's not even about that, but it's just about me moving on and me being able to envision my life in a different way, and me just starting over. And I gave myself this fresh space to create and grow and to see myself differently as well. And maybe you need that too, because sometimes when we try to come back to a lot of situations as the same person and we haven't altered anything, it doesn't fucking work. It doesn't fucking work. You've got to change something, you know. And we all hate change. I mean, it's uncomfortable, but the people that adapt are the ones that are most successful. And I'm adapting. So this is what I've created, though, just this little room, and it's not done. And that's kind of the beauty of it, is that like I have 2 pieces of furniture that I still have yet to paint and fix, and a lot of little trinkets to figure out where to put. But I've changed, and this is allowing more of that change, and it has brought a lot more excitement. I don't walk in my room anymore and feel like I'm looking at this bed that we shared together. You know, I mean, maybe you need to sit back and think about, what is it about your life that you need to change in order for you to be able to continue within the same realm, but as that new person with this new motivation and this new perspective. Because everything's all perspective anyways, you know. Like, I could have very well just stayed in the same space and it would have been fine. But there's a difference between, there's this difference, you know. Just because you're strong doesn't mean that you should just take things for what they are. If you're strong, you'll create. I'm gonna end it right there because that was pretty cool. If you're strong, you'll create. So, whatever you've had on that paper, ball that motherfucker up, throw it away, and make something new. Strong isn't about, like, necessarily accepting everything for what it is. There's a certain amount of strength that comes on with that, but start creating your life.